how did your parents respond? Actually, first of all, now going back to the question I wanted to ask. So, did you have like a moment of, okay, I think I'm going to focus on my music career. I'm going to try and make music. Did you have like a switch of, okay, yeah, now it's time, or something that happened like gradually?
That's a good question.
Or paraventure, actually, based on the plan change.
Was it that C++
It's
class?
when I went back home, when I was back home.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a hobby while I was in school.
Yeah.
You know? Again, Michigan, who
are you performing
Nigerian
for?
kid, who am I gonna, he's like, your talent, you can do this among your friends.
It's just for
end of year parties, you do a performance here and there, stuff like that. When I went back home, then there were studios. So right behind, I got a job, and right behind where I was working.
And this is back in Jos?
Back in Jos. There's a studio called Skynet.
Okay.
Or there used to be a studio called Skynet. And P Square had just put out their first project. So these are guys, they were guys from Jos. And when they were in Jos, they used to dance. Both of them would mime,
Yeah. Final mime.
To Usher and Drew Hill and stuff like that. They were people used to pay money to go see P Square when they were
oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
They were used to do it with a whole crew, 10 dancers. So they would do Michael Jackson, the whole thing. And then they added music to it. Yeah. And then they won a competition and they'd gotten a record deal. And I mean, to be honest, a lot of us back then, we used to hate on P Square. They were these are legends, African music legends. People back then, I don't know, we just used to be like, if these guys can do it.
You just want to be them.
So I think there was a lot of energy. People were going to the studio by that time. Yeah, the studio was right behind. I had a friend called E. Kelly, who I went to Baptist school with.
I love that you just randomly said that. I just had a friend back then called, E. Kelly, whatever. Continue.
and we started working in the studio, and then one thing led to another. Then I was like, okay, maybe I can do this because it's not even artists were making so much money, So I had a job. I was working at an internet cafe, as I said, but
so you're working at the internet cafe and at the studio.
The studio was at night.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about being a Yankee. It taught me how to grind. Yankee grind. You have a job.
2 jobs.
School,
Good class. Yeah.
So
it's actually normal for most Americans. Yeah.
Man, when I was back home, I was locked in. So, that. And then one day I was just like, okay, I can actually do this. I started traveling to Lagos more often. And here we are.